Well, here I am back on the TC. On the last video I tried the self-bleeding kit to see if I could bleed the brakes on my own, see how good they were to use. I wasn't impressed, but after I'd done all the bleeding and I tried the pedal, there was nothing on the pedal, and then I noticed that the front driver's side brake cylinder was leaking, so there's fluid dripping out everywhere. So I've ordered some parts and now I'm going to strip this side down and repair the cylinder, and I'm going to try bleeding again. Right, so here there's a split pin and a washer which holds this brake, and the same on this side. And then this spring here, if I take the spring off now, I should be able to move these back a little bit and then get access to take this off. So that's what I'll do now. So this one is actually seized up solid at this side, and this side is where the fluid was leaking. and it's full of, looks like sand. So that needs further investigation. I'll sort this in here a second. This is just panel white, wax and grease remover. I don't need to sort that because I'm replacing that. And what I'll do is I'll get the rubber out of this and then see if I can get the cylinder sorted. That C's solid in there. I'll get a fresh rag here. I've got tons of them. It gently does it. Should come out. I can feel it moving slightly. Try to. That does it. That's rough. Look at that. The problem is with with not using them, the brake fluid collects the moisture, and the moisture is held in the cylinders, and then they seize up, and the fluid gets past the rubbers, and yeah, this is what happens. So I'll give these a good clean up. Check these inside the cylinder. I don't think that's too bad actually. I'll just look for any grooves once I've cleaned it out. Don't know if you can see inside there, but there is a slight imperfection. Let me just see if I can find it and show you better. It's on this side here. There. That's it there. So I'm going to get the honer. I have a honing tool, so I'll get that in and see if I can clean that out a little bit better. Right, if you look inside there now, beautiful, sorted. It's sorted as best it's going to be anyway. I'll put it all back together. I'll give it a clean up on the outside and then put it all back together, and then we'll have a look at bleeding these brakes up. I've also got to sort the back plate out as well because that's all peeled off, the paint, so I'll give that a quick clean up and repaint, and then yeah, I've got these shoes to clean up, dry off, make sure that there's no oil on the lining. And put them back together and give it a go. These want cleaning, so I'll give these a clean. So here we go. Now because these are steel, I could probably I'll get away with these on the wire wheel, so I'll use the wire wheel to clean these off, which will get rid of everything on there. And as for honing, this is what I've used. It's got little pads on there, so you can close it up and then the spring on there opens up to clean everything evenly. As long as you keep it moving and don't stay in one spot, you can get away with doing it that way. These actually move, you see, so it'll all stay parallel, and as you move in and out it cleans it. just going to give this a go over with the wire wheel on the outside just to clean some of this surface rust off. It looks like it could start coming loose when it's inside the drum. So I'll just give that a clean off the back. Right, so that's that cleaned up. Got rid of all the rust, surface rust and stuff. So what I'll do, because I'm only doing this one cylinder repair, I'm not going to go around the whole of the car because it was only this one leaking. And I know you should do every one, or that's the theory, that you do every one because one's leaking. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do this one because I'm supposed to be keeping these on the road at a budget, basically. Even though I can afford to do them all and I've got the rubbers to do them all, I'm going to do just the one. Because I'm only going to repair this one and not the other three, even though I should repair the other three, I'm just going to do the one, and I'll paint this a different colour. Because if it turns out that I don't have to come back to it for a couple of years, if a front cylinder goes and I take the wheel off and the drum off and I see it's this one, painted silver, then I'll know that it's probably needing a new cylinder rather than new seals. If I take it off and it's black, then I'll just replace the seals. I hope you follow that. And that's all I need to do. Now if you use acetone on these pads, these brake shoes, you can see as you're doing it that it's actually taking the fluid out, it's dissolving the fluid and cleaning it. So what I will do with that now is I will just get some, let me see what I've got there, 240s on a thing, and I'll just give that a wipe over quickly, just to have a look to see if there's anything just below the surface. So I'll do the same with the other one, then I'll get these back on after I've cleaned the back plate. Right, so it's important now that the front shoe goes on first, and we put the clip in here, the split pin, and locate that there. Then the rear shoe goes over the top and holds that in. And we do it this way because the shoes are offset from each other, and if we changed it round and had it the other way, the brakes would not fit against the drum squarely, and you get binding and you'd lose braking efficiency. So you're always better to double check before you put anything back, which is what I did. Even though it came off this way, I double checked it just to make sure that it's going to go on the right way. I'll put this in, then I'll put the rear shoe on, and then I'll put the spring on to the drum end, and we're all done. Right, so my intention at the start of the video was to use the self-bleed kit again, but I'm not going to bother. I can't be bothered with it if it's too much hassle. What I've done is I've got a bottle with fluid in on the floor and a hose going from that. I'll crack the bleed nipple and then we'll see the bubbles coming out, and then what I'll do is I'll come around and press the pedal whilst I watch underneath the car to see when the bubbles stop. I can also top it up because I'm near the pedal as well. So if I just situate this here into a position where we can see, it's not very clear, but you should be able to see the bubbles as soon as I break this thread, crack this thread. Yep, I saw a few coming out then. In fact, can we see that there? Right, that's all 4 brakes bled. To be honest, I don't know why I bothered trying out these new fan-dangled bleed kits and stuff like that. It's just as easy just to put a hose on into a bottle of fluid and press the pedal, and then when you release the pedal, the air can't get back in because it's in fluid. So if it was going to draw anything up, it'd draw a little bit of fluid up the tube, and then when you press again, it'd blow the air bubbles back out. So that is the conventional way of doing it, and that's the way I should have done it in the first place without messing about. Anyway, that's back on. I'm going to put the wheels on, get it off the stands, and then take it for a drive and see how it goes. But I've got a good pedal now, so excellent stuff.